Nebi couldn't move. She stood by the riverbank, her bare feet frozen in the mud, her body shaking. The wind blew through the trees, and the moonlight fell on her sister's body, no longer human. Sata had become a great serpent, her golden scales shining like firelight on water. Her long tail curled gently on the rocks, her face still carried something soft, something familiar, but her eyes were not human anymore. They were deep, red, and glowing like hot coal. Sata, Nebi whispered, almost choking. The snake raised its head high, then slowly the body shrunk back, shifted, and melted into human form. Sata stood again, tall and bare, her hair wet with river water, and her eyes still glowing. She picked up her wrapper and tied it slowly, watching her sister with a calm that was almost too quiet. "You followed me," Sata said. Her voice was soft, but it carried power. "You were not supposed to see." Nebi stepped back. "What are you? What is happening to you?" "I am what I've always been," Sata said. "But you were too loved, too protected, to see the truth." Nebi felt her chest tightening. "Are you going to hurt me?" Sata looked down at the river, then shook her head. "No. I don't want to hurt you. But others will. Because now that you know, they will come for both of us." The next day in Kamakwi, the news spread fast. The river was turning darker every morning. The crops were dying. Children had fallen sick. Goats gave birth to stillborn kids. Chickens ran in circles and died suddenly. People whispered, "The gods are angry. The spirit is rising." Mofotu, the old priestess, called the elders and Isatu to a secret meeting under the baobab tree. "There is a twin," Mofotu said, tapping her staff on the ground. "A twin born of the river. We must return her to her father, Njalo, the snake god. Or we will all suffer." Isatu cried. "No. She is still my daughter." "Your daughter is no longer yours," an elder said. "She belongs to the river now." But one man, Chief Yil, stood up. He was the most powerful man in Kamakwi, strong and feared. He wore leopard skins and golden bracelets. His voice could silence a room. "I have heard stories of this Njalo," he said. "They say he sleeps in the deep river that flows under 5 villages. If this child is his daughter, then she has power. And if she has power, I want her." The elders gasped. Isatu shook her head. "You cannot control her," she said. "You cannot use her." But Chief Yil smiled. "I do not want to use her. I want to marry her. Let her be my wife. Let the gods bless me with her strength." That night, Nebi returned home confused and afraid. She stared at her twin, who sat quietly by the fire, staring into the flames. "Did you hear?" Nebi asked. "Chief Yil wants to marry you." Sata nodded slowly. "Yes. The river told me. He wants to trap me." "What will you do?" "I don't belong in this world, Nebi. But I don't belong fully in the river either." Sata looked at her sister with sad eyes. "But maybe. I was born to protect you." Suddenly, the fire cracked loudly. The flames rose high and turned blue. Sata stood up quickly. Her eyes widened. "They are coming." "Who?" Nebi asked. "The river guards," Sata whispered. "Njalo's messengers. If I don't return now, they will burn the whole village." In the middle of the night, Sata walked alone to the river. Her golden wrapper flowed behind her like wind. Nebi followed again, this time not hiding. On the riverbank stood 3 tall figures. Their bodies were made of water and snake skin, glowing with silver light. They had no faces, just shifting masks of mist. One of them spoke, his voice like running water. "You were warned." Another hissed, "You showed your form. The humans saw you." I had no choice, Sata replied. I want to speak to my father. The river guards raised their arms. The water behind them began to swirl into a whirlpool. From the center, something ancient began to rise. A giant snake head. Large as a house, crowned with shells, coral, and green fire. Its eyes opened slowly, eyes that had seen the beginning of time. It was Njalo, the snake god. His voice rumbled like thunder. My daughter, you have forgotten who you are. Come home. Sata's knees trembled. She lowered her head. Father, I want to protect Nebi. I want to stay in the human world a little longer. The god's eyes narrowed. You love her more than your purpose. Sata cried, I was born with her. She is my other half. If I leave now, she will suffer. Njalo stared at her in silence. Then he spoke, then I will test her. If she can survive what is coming, you may stay. Before Sata could ask what he meant, the whirlpool swallowed him and the river guards. The water went still. But thunder cracked again in the sky. A great darkness was moving. Sata turned to Nebi, her face pale. He's going to test you. And it won't be easy. He's sending something. Something deadly. Nebi whispered, why? I've done nothing. Sata looked at her with love. Because you're my sister. And now your blood carries part of my curse.